Hello friends, welcome to KingMakers IAS Academy YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about the UPSC Prelims question paper. I hope most of you would have really performed well, and our sincere wishes to everyone. We are also going to start our mains program very soon. Most probably on Saturday we will be starting the orientation, and followed by that we are also going to start the test series. And in the today's session, we are going to discuss about the today's question papers, and we are going to see some of the important areas where they have asked the questions and what kind of question it has come. Is there any deviation from the previous year question papers? And what is the opinion of the students and what could be the cut-off mark? All those things we are going to discuss in the today session. For which we have great resource persons with us. Sir is a great journalist and columnist, and he has written a very good article about the prelims question papers, which will be published very soon in the Hindu Tamil. So today the whole day Sir was with me. So now Sir is with me, and he is going to share some of his opinion about the UPSC prelims question paper. Sir, welcome to the team.
Yes, I'm so happy for I congratulate all the candidates who have applied for the examination today. And I'm sure actually, because I know the efforts actually are being taken by you institute members, and I'm quite sure actually the candidates from KingMakers Academy are really having an advantage over others.
Yes.
Because actually our trained them so good, and they are so good in all their respective areas. So I'm very happy about it. So
yes,
my best wishes, my congratulations to all the candidates.
Sir, almost more than 6 hours you have done some analysis in the question paper. So what is your opinion in general, sir?
In general, I can tell you actually there areas are common.
Yes.
But questions are uncommon.
Yes, sir.
I can say uncommon questions from common areas. This is what actually I would say about the about today's question paper.
Yes.
Actually, there are a number of questions which have come from very well-known areas.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But the questions are not so well-known.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this is what actually I have seen actually.
Yes.
And I have to say really hats off to Udemy Publisher Description of having been so innovative actually.
Yes.
They are so imaginative actually.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know very well actually. We have discussed right from morning actually we have been discussing. And there are certain areas where actually the questions have been so good, so interesting, and so imaginative. Where actually it is not simply enough that you have certain knowledge, actually basic knowledge, and you have to go beyond that actually.
Yes,
so
that is
like
the case. Yes,
so in this aspect, perhaps some candidates may be finding it a bit difficult.
yes, sir.
Others is okay. That's what I'm telling you actually. Known areas, unknown questions.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I want to say.
Okay, actually there are different aspirants. There are some students, those who are writing the examinations for many years.
Yes.
Those who are finally qualified for the personality test, but unfortunately they could not get the service.
Yes,
They are also writing the prelims exams.
Yes.
And some are there continuously they are writing the mains, but they had not appeared for the personality test.
Correct.
Some are new to this field. First time they are appearing for the prelims examinations.
Yes.
What could be the opinion of the different segment of the students?
But what I feel is that actually, when it comes to CSAT, perhaps the newcomers, those who are writing for the first time, perhaps they may find it a bit easier. Because for the experienced people, those who are already there in this business for more than 5-6 years, actually, they might find it a bit difficult. But when it comes to general studies, actually, the experienced people, those who have already done it, actually, those who are the seniors, I would say, they stand a good chance. Actually. They stand a better chance in general studies. This is what I say. So CSAT is for youth, newcomers,
yes,
and general studies for the seniors. That's what I feel.
Very good, sir. Sir, actually now coming back to the subject wise and area wise.
Yeah.
And even this year also they have asked so many questions from
Yeah.
Indian economy as well as Indian polity.
Yeah.
And geography, economy, environment, international organization.
Yeah.
Almost the question has come almost from each and every area.
Yes.
And do you feel any deviation from the past, or what is your view?
Yes, I do feel actually. There are three striking differences. One is that actually there are certain areas or certain subjects which have been totally ignored. Like in science, actually questions are come only from natural science. And you don't have any single question from physics or chemistry. But I have been writing about this actually. Actually, physics and chemistry actually do not come under general studies. Actually, it should be like a classified subject. So there should not be any question. Now actually I am seeing it actually. Even TNPC is not asking any questions from physics and chemistry. So that way actually it's a welcome change. It's a welcome development. And what is an area where actually it is really quite interesting is that actually UPSC has not asked any single question on literature. You would have seen it actually. You would have noticed. So literature has been one area actually throughout in the field of competitive examinations. Actually, it was playing a major role.
So there is one question from literature, the ancient history.
Yes. But strictly speaking,
literary works and their author name.
Strictly speaking, you would have seen actually, even the last scene actually. Even from contemporary literature, there used to be some 1 or 2 questions.
Okay.
But you don't find any question nowadays actually from literature. It is actually a very good deviation, I would say actually, because after they are going for government service actually,
Yes.
and they need to know about more other things. And there is one disappointment actually.
Yes.
This is about actually we do not find so many questions on schemes and plans of the government of India.
So,
Normally, there is only one. I think. Yes, I have seen it actually.
Yes.
I would expect at least 4 or 5 questions normally.
Okay.
This time is not so much.
Okay.
And there is another deviation where actually the questions on international affairs actually.
Yes.
It is coming into the center stage now. When I say actually about 10 questions or more actually have come from international relations,
Yes.
particularly from current affairs, and
Yes.
talking about what is happening in Ethiopia, what is happening in Syria, what is happening in Somalia, and all those things are really very good things.
Yes, sir. In the ancient India, around 6 questions they have asked.
Yes.
The current affairs they have asked around 28 questions.
Yes.
And the environment around 8 questions.
Excellent. Yes.
Economy around 15 questions. Indian geography around 5 questions. World geography around 9 questions. Medieval history around 4 questions. Modern history around 3 questions.
Yes.
Polity around 13 questions. Science and technology 9 questions.
Yes.
But normally there will be more number of questions in the modern India. But
Yes.
this year they have asked only 3 questions.
3 questions.
And there is a more weightage for the Indian geography, world geography, as well as for the even for the current affairs.
Yes.
So, what is your opinion about it?
Actually, this is what actually I wanted to I wanted actually from UPSC. Because when people are going for all India services, actually they need to know more about international relations, international affairs, international economy, international politics. So this time actually it has happened. In fact, I'm so happy about it. In fact, this is the trend actually. This has come back after nearly 20 years.
Oh, great.
So some two decades ago actually, we used to find a lot of questions from international politics and international relations. Now actually it's coming back. And the main reason I tell you actually, what I feel is that because actually India is becoming a center stage. So
do you think that the government policy and government achievements is reflecting in the question paper?
Not much.
Okay.
Not much.
Okay.
But they have given a clear direction.
Okay.
You would have seen actually because just now you said
See, particularly in the Indian Constitution, they have asked some of the questions which can create some kind of nationalism among the youth of the country, like Flag Day and the purpose of the chief purpose of the Indian Constitution and Constitution Day.
Yes.
Though these are all the basic questions,
Yes.
but still there is some purpose behind setting up of this kind of questions.
I do understand. I think actually the government has got a clear idea.
Yes.
So anyone who is coming into all India service naturally has to have some sort of nationalistic pride.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Not attached to any particular party or ideology, but actually people must have some pride.
Yes.
In the religion, in the nation, and all those things. So I think it is very much reflected there actually. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the nation. It is also there actually.
Yes, particularly in the ancient India, they have some of the questions which are related with the Sangam poet and as well as some of the port, Korkai Kumbhagar, those things and all. Yes. So, what is your review, sir? Actually, normally there will be 1 or 2 questions from the
I
Sangam.
think after quite a long time, perhaps after nearly 10 years or 12 years, I think the first time that actually there is no direct no reference to Tirukural.
Okay.
No reference to Bharatiya, and perhaps there is not so much of no direct reference to Sangam literature directly.
Normally, they will not ask that kind of questions in the
Normally,
UPSC.
but 1 or 2 questions actually do appear
Yes.
actually. But this time it is not seen actually.
Yes.
It's not a mistake actually, because actually now the government of India, it seems actually is focused more on actually moving towards the international arena, about international politics, international economy. And one more thing you would have noticed actually, see, there are not many questions on any organization, you see.
Yes.
Organization, what is this organization for, what is the motive of this organization, it's not clear actually.
Yes.
Except there is only one between actually US and European Union about on trade and tariff agreement and all those
Yes.
things. Otherwise, there is nothing actually, there is no question on any organization related to this actually. It's really very good actually, it's what we wanted. But again, in economy, in the field of economics actually, in the field of economy, again there are some unusual questions. I have seen actually. So normally people would expect some question on inflation, like this actually.
Yes,
They have more actually.
we are going to see the areas on which this time the questions were coming in the prelims examinations. See, these are all the areas where we expected the questions. Around 6 questions we just today we were able to see from ancient India. One question was related with the Buddhist center, where it is located, that is Dani Kataka, where it is located. And some of the features of the stupa, some of the knowledge if you have about the stupa, I am sure definitely you could have answered for this.
Yes.
And if you know something about Korkai, Konguhar, Musri, I am sure definitely it's easy to answer for this question.
Yes.
And this is something very new name actually. Even for me, it was very difficult for me. Vatakurital in Sangam poem means what is that?
Yes.
So maybe I think most of the students they would have find it very difficult. What is your view, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's actually, I tell you, this is not actually a very commonly used word anymore. Many people would not have come across this word actually.
Yes.
Even for me, actually, it was a very quite surprised with this actually.
Okay. And this is normally expected questions, actually religious site and well known for. So normally every time we can expect this kind of questions.
Yes, yes.
And another question, there is a quote about the souls. What is the purpose of the
I wanted to
souls?
say actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is related with which religion?
Like Jainism or Buddhism.
Yeah. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Saivism or
Yes,
Vaishnavism.
sir, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's what I said actually.
Yes.
Here again, I stand to differ slightly.
Yes.
Because actually, this is the core area of any Indian philosophy.
Yes, sir.
See, after all,
Don't you think
Saivism-
that more number of questions it has come related with the Jainism, Buddhism and related
Yes, I would say
religion in
particularly
the
from
ancient
Buddhism,
India?
particularly related to Buddhism.
Because there are so many areas where we could have asked the questions like art and culture and other areas.
Yes, yes.
But
with regard to Buddhism, I would say actually at least there are some 2 or 3 questions which are directly connected to Buddhism.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
And a little bit of Jainism as well.
Yes,
so
sir, yes, sir,
I
yes,
can
sir.
understand that actually.
Yes,
That's a good
yes.
thing, yeah.
And with respect to the current affairs, they have asked Janayan Suraksha Yojana. Again, we expected this question. The Anemia Mukta Bharat strategy, again, we were able to see in the newspaper. And the satellite navigation system, which are all the countries owned by. Again, that was the expected question.
Yes,
Yes,
very, very good question.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And ballistic missile and cruise missile. If you know the basic things about it, I think definitely.
And the
we will
basic
answer
interesting
it.
thing about this question is that actually, if at all you are able to go through these question papers for the last 3 or 4 years actually.
Yes, sir.
Whether it is in UPSC or Group 1 service everywhere, actually you find questions on ballistic missile.
Though we are mentioning under current affairs, it's a static area. I think anyone who studies the missile technology, definitely they'll understand the difference between these two.
Yes.
Definitely with that knowledge you would have solved this. Why we have kept it under current affairs? Because this was in the news in the recent past and they have clearly explained about what is ballistic missile and everything.
Yes, yes.
So that is why we are classified under the current affairs. And if you could have just read the newspaper for the last 1 year, I am sure definitely you will be able to solve for most of the questions.
Yes.
And another question is with respect to the mercury pollution. What are the causes for the mercury pollution?
It is again actually it's a very important area where actually it's a hot topic I would say.
Yes, sir.
With regard to when it comes to environment actually, it's not only about our Indian environment, even about the world and international environment actually there are quite a number of questions.
Yes.
And this one is very particular about this actually.
Yes, sir.
And pollution is very important.
Yes, sir. The other question is again expected questions. Green hydrogen, the usage of green hydrogen.
Actually, this green, carbon. These
Yes.
are the 2 terms actually where actually you find a lot of questions actually.
Yes.
I think this year I think I got around 4 or 5 questions on this.
Yes, sir. The green hydrogen, there are 2 questions.
Yes.
And
the carbon
yes, sir.
also.
Carbon related questions, again 2 questions.
Yes, yes.
And this question again we expected that Ukraine, land border with Ukraine. So
It's a very interesting question actually because actually why it is asked.
yes,
Because
sir.
actually Ukraine has got no land connectivity with some other country actually. So in what way it is important actually? At least you must know that there is some sort of
Many times I think we could have seen in the newspaper. If
Yes, yes,
anyone who is a regular reader of
Yes.
any
It's a
English
brilliant
newspaper,
question.
even
It's a
Tamil
brilliant
newspaper,
question,
definitely they
actually.
would have
See,
answered well.
without bringing Russia or Ukraine government into the question, actually they asked one question which is very important actually. I'm very happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and normally they used to ask one question with respect to the report. This year they have asked one report, that is World Water Development Report.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
But many people would have noticed.
Sometimes some index, sometimes they used to have World
Yes,
Hunger
yes.
Index, something like that they used to ask.
In fact,
This time-
extraction of groundwater actually it's a very good question again actually.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
It's again there.
And one question with respect to the Prelims of Terrorist Act 2002.
Yeah, actually this is again unexpected question. Normally actually people don't go into terrorist act at all actually.
Yes, sir.
But this time actually there seems to be a question on experience of terrorist act.
Yes.
And it's somewhat unexpected question.
Yes, sir. And there are so many countries which are facing a very acute famine. So I think that there is one question, very severe famine.
Many people blindly go for Somalia.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
So which are all the countries which are faced by severely affected by?
Again, it's a good question.
Yes, sir. Yes. And this Nagoya Protocol, of course, everybody would have expected the questions,
Naturally, yes,
and
yes.
it has reflected.
Yes.
So this is a clearly expected area, it has come.
Naturally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And another question, it was not expected, gold reserves. So
Nobody expected actually.
Yes.
I didn't expect actually, because to connect gold reserve with New Zealand is something actually which is not in our syllabus actually.
Yeah,
It is there actually.
if anyone who is studying geography in depth,
Naturally,
they would have
yeah,
answered
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But we don't
in
expect
general,
question- we
maybe
don't expect
sometimes you
question
will
on
find
it,
it in
yeah.
difficult, yeah. And Trade and Technology Council, USA and European Union.
This is what I said actually. This
Yes.
is again a very important question because actually Trade and Technology Council between USA and European actually it's very important because actually in the context of post-pandemic economy,
Yes.
it's playing a very important role. So actually I would say it's a very good question
The
actually.
expected line.
Yeah.
The percentage of global exports of goods.
Yeah.
So again, every time they used to ask some questions with respect to the export and import.
But I'm quite sure actually KingMakers candidates would have asked this question.
Definitely, sir,
Yeah.
because normally we used to inform
Yes,
to the
yes.
student that these are all the expected areas.
Yes, yes, yes.
And the export and import areas definitely
yes.
they need to focus.
Correct.
So this year they have asked it in a different way. That's it. And another one question with respect to the Stability and Growth Pact, European Union. So that question also it was expected.
Okay.
And the Global Compact for Safety Order and regular migration.
Regular migration.
Yes.
And migration is going to be an important area for the next 2 or 3 years actually. You can expect a lot of questions on it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And the Home Guards Act again. There was a question in the Home Guards Act actually. I think that it was in the news. That is the reason why
Yes,
they
yes.
have asked this.
I think 2 years ago there was a question on this. No, perhaps the same question perhaps 2 years ago. Sometime in 2021 or 2020 actually there was a question on Guards Act actually.
Okay,
Home
okay,
Guards
fine,
Act.
sir, fine, sir.
I think
And-
the same question.
Yes, sir. And region and reason for being in news. Normally it is
Yeah,
again
yes,
expected
yes.
area.
Yeah.
So friends, actually region and reason for the recently in the news means immediately you have to just keep it in
Yes.
mind. Political importance, economical importance, environmental importance, or some any tussle between two countries. If there is any important places in the news, then immediately you have to make a note of it. But this year also it has reflected.
Yes.
So another question is with respect to the Israel and Arab states.
Yeah, it's actually general common sense actually. Everybody would have answered it actually because people must be knowing that actually more and more of Arabian countries are getting close contact with Israel.
Yes.
So actually they are also good actually with each other.
Yeah.
But again they are very much interested in having pact with Israel.
Yes, sir. Recently they have signed
Yeah.
an
Yes, yes.
important pact.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sports awards with respect to the Dan Chandra award.
Personally, I'm very happy. Personally, I'm very happy that because there's a question on chess Olympiad actually. Actually, it is from Tamil Nadu, from Chennai, and where
Yes, sir.
actually
Sports
first
award, one question. Another one is 44th Chess
Yes,
Olympiad.
Chess Olympiad.
Yeah. Sports award, of course, normally even in TNPC Group 1 examination, they used to ask this kind of questions. But this time they have asked
And
in
the massive
UPSC
following it is very, very
examinations.
interesting that actually massive following actually against every part actually they give the right answer there actually.
Yes, sir.
For
Yes, sir.
Dronacharya award, for Arjuna award. So I think the answer is
Sir, I hope you would have noticed this time that there are so many questions from assertion and reasoning. Which is again, it's not a usual
Yes,
trend in the last
it's not
4
usual.
years.
Yes, yes.
But when we were writing the civil examination, that was a usual trend actually.
Okay, okay.
But nowadays, actually, in the last 4 years, we couldn't see that type of questions.
Yes, yes.
But all of a sudden, today,
Yes,
we
yes.
were able to see more number of questions from assertion and reasoning.
Slightly as expected, yeah.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And 2 questions, I think, from the sports, definitely most of the students they would have answered.
They would have answered, yes.
And the area of conflict and country in news.
It's very important question, but actually it's very gentle question actually.
Yes, sir.
Anyone who is actually in the habit of reading newspapers, they would have been able to answer this question.
Yes, sir. And Guinea, Mali, Sudan in news. Why?
Yes, why? Yeah.
So again, that is a very important question. Green hydrogen. Already
Yes.
we
We have
discussed about
discussed,
it.
yeah, we have discussed,
So
yeah.
yes, and G20 also we expected the questions.
Actually,
Yes.
in fact, I expected more, and I wanted actually I thought there would be some deeper questions there.
So we can expect in the mains.
Yes.
Definitely we can expect one
100%,
question in the G20. Yes.
100%, yes.
Yes, sir. And National Handloom Day.
Yeah.
So normally UPSC aspirants will not study about this day and other things and all.
Correct.
But all of a sudden they have asked.
But
National
of late,
Handloom
actually,
Day.
there has been a trend actually when it comes to UPSC in particular. Actually, there has been a question regularly either on handlooms or on Khadi in village industries. So
Okay.
you can always expect a question there actually. It's always there. Even last year also there was a question if you write actually on Khadi and village industries.
Because
so this time it is on handlooms.
actually the UPSC is giving importance to the tradition and culture and
Yes.
make in India, made in India, everything.
Yes, yes.
So I think that is the reason why they are giving
Yes,
importance.
I'm
for this
particularly,
kind of
personally, I'm very happy about this.
things. Yes, sir. Then India's project on connectivity, like golden quadrilateral.
I saw that question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So again, don't you think that the government is just pushing the candidates to know more about the government initiatives and government schemes and other
Yes,
things?
in fact,
Yeah.
it is coming under so many areas actually. This connectivity, actually, it is coming under infrastructure development, it is coming
Okay.
under economy, it is
Okay.
coming under the government projects actually.
Okay.
So it is coming under the government's, futuristic plans. So all these things are coming under this connectivity. So,
So
actually it's
basic
very
information an
Yes.
aspirant should know,
Like,
right?
about Bharat
So
Mala, about-
yes, yes. And marsupials, again, it was in the news. Actually, it's related to the tiger, and it was in the news for the last around 6 months. So even the April month, we were able to see in the news. So just you can just Google it, you will understand why it is in the news. So these are all the current affairs questions. Around 28 questions today we were able to see it. So maybe you can differ with some of the questions, maybe classified under environment or geography or any quality, but largely it comes under the current affairs.
Yes.
Because there is a purpose behind setting up of this question.
Yes, yes.
That is why we have classified under the current affairs.
Correct.
So if anyone who is consistent reading the newspaper, I am sure definitely they will be feeling more comfortable to answer for this kind of questions.
Yes, and one more point actually we need to stress here, that actually in an examination like UPSC Prelims examination, we should not have so many questions directly from textbooks. We should be more from newspapers than from textbooks.
Yes.
That's what we say, and this time it is happening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And another question with respect to the interest income from the deposits in infrastructure
Very good question
investment
where
trust.
actually it's very difficult as well,
Yes.
actually. Even
Whether the tax will be
Yes, yes.
deducted or whether the dividend has to be shared or something
this
like
one
that.
and about an infrastructure investment.
Yes.
These are very technical areas where actually even the economists will have difference of opinions actually.
Yes, sir.
So such
But
questions
if
are there.
someone who have studied the economic survey, I'm sure
must
definitely
be
able to
must be able to
answer
answer
this.
these questions. Yes.
And another question is related with the monetary policy of the RBI.
Ah.
That is with respect to the commercial bank interest rate variations.
Yes, yes.
So even that was the expected area.
Yes,
I'm sure
yes,
definitely
yes.
most of the students they would have answered.
Like capital markets.
Yes, capital markets is such an easy question.
Yes.
Which one of the following is not the part of the capital markets?
Yes.
So again, it's very good questions.
Yes.
Of course, the carbon markets again. Maybe some of the terminologies maybe new to the new aspirants.
Yes.
But otherwise, the question papers was in this particular area, economics, particularly the MSP for negotiated oil,
Yes.
because
And then
it recently was given, and the stabilization term which was used by the RBI denotes what? Because in the economic survey it is clearly mentioned the word stabilization.
Yes, yes.
When Adi sir was handling the classes, he was mentioning about this word,
Sir.
and he was telling that sometimes they may ask this question, they have asked this.
Yes.
So it is there in our YouTube channel. He has clearly mentioned about this expected area in the economics. And small farmer, large field. So அதை பத்தியும் ஒரு எக்ஸலண்டான ஒரு questions கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. I think அதுவும் economics ஈஸியாக இருக்கும்
Yes, yes,
நினைக்கிறேன்.
yes.
Then intangible investments.
Intangible investments and horizontal tax evolution and all actually some sort of I would say actually technical questions actually.
Yes, sir. Actually, this year in the budget, they used
Yes,
the term
yes.
this horizontal tax devaluation. I think you have written some article
Yes,
about it.
yes, yes. I have written one.
Yes, sir. And there were so many articles about horizontal tax devaluation.
Yes, yes.
There were so many debates which was going on in all the
Yes,
major channels.
And for information, actually, for your information, I'm telling you, the candidates from KingMakers IAS Academy should be very happy about all these questions actually. because of this, Adi was actually handling so.
Yes, almost he has
Yes,
covered
yes,
all the
yes,
important
yes,
topics.
so-
Then sustainable investment in infrastructure and innovation.
Yes.
So this also is an important questions, and we expected
Then
this.
MSME definition actually is simple.
It's a very simple question.
Very
Yes.
simple question.
Yeah, digital currency again we expected,
Yes.
expected area only. And beta meaning in finance means even if you have a little bit of common sense, easily you can answer for that questions. But for a beginner, sometimes it may be a very difficult. But there is
Yes,
no much static questions in the economics. Most of the questions with your regular reading of the newspaper, I'm sure definitely you would have solved it.
Yes.
And self-help group, there was one question related with
I
this.
didn't expect actually this is a very good question.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Normally in UPSC it's not being asked actually. Only in the group one you will find this.
Yes,
So
yes.
actually, self-help-
Even the other question also healthcare system, whether it is
Yes,
curative or preventive, that
Ah.
question they were asking about
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
Yeah, these two questions I think with a little bit of common sense, I'm sure definitely they could have answered.
Yes, sir.
As far as the economics is concerned, what is your opinions?
I think most of the questions are really easily answerable, and I think actually this is one area where candidates can score good marks, particularly candidates from KingMakers. Actually, I think this is their strength, perhaps I would say. So
yes, it is because of
they have
targets.
advantage.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
they have
yes.
advantage.
Yes. And the next one is the environment. Normally we can expect more number of questions. There are some questions which are directly related with the environment, which are the static portions.
Yes.
And some of the questions already we have covered in the current affairs.
Yes.
Sir, what is your opinion, sir? Because there are some names, waggle dance, and these are all the things. Sometimes the students they would not have
See,
seen
the
at all.
Bible dance, even the question on Indian squirrels actually.
Yes.
I found it very interesting. In fact, I have mentioned it in my article also actually.
Yes.
Indian squirrels are given 3 characteristics, which is correct one actually.
Yes. Sir.
So actually, it's some sort of other, that's what I'm telling you. This is from known area, but the question is unknown. So all these things actually. But
The invasive species specialist group
Yes.
under the international organization. There are so many organizations.
Yes.
Whether it's classified under which
Yes.
group, even
Yes.
that was something very interesting.
Very interesting question, but going a bit deeper in it, perhaps
Yes,
probably
yes,
I
sir.
have seen it actually.
Yes, sir.
It's a very big question.
And this is again the very interesting question. Most active after sunset,
Yeah.
which is the fauna.
See,
Deer or what?
see, when it comes
Yes,
to
sir.
flora and fauna, I tell you actually, the questions are really very unusual actually. Many people would not
The
have
most active after sunset. I think
Yeah.
these are all the questions
Yeah.
we did not expect in the UPSC.
Yes.
But again,
That's what I think.
yes.
Unusual question. Again,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And about the mushrooms, there were 4 characters which were given for the mushrooms, like whether it's
Yes.
medicinal qualities and
Yes.
psychological qualities.
Yes.
All those things were discussed.
In fact, I was suspended a question on mushroom actually sometime back, even some 2 or 3 years ago actually, but it was not there. But this time I'm happy to see this actually, because actually mushroom is one area which is being ignored actually by many people. Actually. So I was expecting it. So not that actually I predicted, nothing of that sort actually.
Okay.
I thought actually there could have been a question on mushroom because actually it is one area which is constantly being ignored.
Okay.
Now actually there is one question actually, I'm very happy about it.
Okay.
I can't say it's unexpected, but
Okay.
again this year I didn't expect.
Yes, sir. About the microorganism, again there was one question. Under
Yeah.
which condition the microorganism will be
Uh,
growing?
Yes.
So whether
But I'm not very sure whether it's actually a usual question or not actually, because actually I'm not so particular. No, I'm not an expert in natural science. But again, this any question of microorganism actually is to be expected. Okay, so I think actually candidates will not find it very difficult.
yes, sir. And there was one question with respect to the Indian squirrels also.
That's what I said actually.
Yes,
That
sir.
question is very interesting one.
Again, this one, sir, the animal which makes it with a stick
this
to
again.
trap insects from a hole in a tree.
Yeah. This again I tell you actually. This also I have mentioned in the writer.
I think
actually.
we were discussing about for more than 1 hour about this question.
Yes.
Yes.
This is again a very unusual question, very interesting question actually.
So, friends, there are so many questions which are related with the environment, and here some of the questions which are related with the economy we have seen,
Yes.
and environment we have seen. Indian geography, there are some questions which are related with the river related questions.
River
And-
lake. See, they are connecting river, lake, and all those things. That is a very interesting area. Actually, which lake is connected with which river?
Yes,
It's a very
and
interesting
port
area.
related questions.
Yes.
And hills related
hills
questions.
and ranges.
Yes, sir.
So mountain
And
ranges.
minerals related questions.
Yes.
So these were all the questions which were expected. Actually, I don't think so. Indian geography questions might be difficult for any series aspirants.
Yes.
And these are all the questions from the medieval history.
Yeah.
Even again, some of the questions are very basic questions only.
Yes.
Which is the first kingdom in the 8th century to form a government, like Kakatiya, Adavas, Vaisala,
Dynasties and all.
and literary work and author. Some of the important literary work they have mentioned. I'm sure definitely any serious aspirant they would not miss that.
Yes.
And which is the king who has donated or who was given the dayu to Portuguese?
Portuguese.
And Governor General of Bengal to Governor General of India,
Okay.
under which act this was transformed. And foreign personalities associated with the Indian histories,
Yeah.
like whether they set up the missionaries or they came as archaeologists, all those things. And Official Secrets Act, Indian Evidence Act, and Indian Arms Act. There was one question related to this. So
yes.
these are the questions which came from the modern India.
Yeah.
So, but medieval India, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But there were very less questions in the modern India. May know the reasons behind it, because I don't know why. it is
Because
like that.
actually they have given so much of concentration to current affairs and environment actually. So these are all, I can tell you, sooner or later actually this will become part of our history.
Okay, okay.
Modern history.
Yes.
Whatever we read, whatever.
And in the Indian polity, almost the questions were very direct and it was a little bit easy.
Yes.
Due process of law and prison, whether
Yes.
state list or
State
some
list.
other list. And then chief purpose of the constitution, constitution amendments with respect
And
to
when
human
it comes
rights.
to chief purpose of constitution, actually, it's not about India. It says for any country.
Okay, okay.
For any country, the chief purpose of the constitution for any country.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that is very important.
And there was one question with respect to the constitutional bodies.
Mm.
Either they will ask some question with respect to the statutory bodies or,
Yes.
or constitutional bodies or advisory body, and this time they have asked this question. And since because we had a election for the president in the recent past, I think there were two questions with respect to the president election.
Correct, correct.
So another one is normally we used to expect one question with respect to finance bill and money bill.
Yes, yes.
So this time also the same line there was one question, and this is very simple question. What if you know what is community reserve area, what is scheduled area, then easily you can answer for it.
Yes, yes.
So some of the question it has come
Only
directly.
one explanation I just wanted to say, actually, when it comes to chief purpose, actually, what they asked actually in the question, you can see actually the chief purpose of the constitution of your country. They don't say India. But when it comes to India, it is all about social justice and social security. But when it moves to some other country, actually, it's not that. In most of the countries, it's all about forming government.
Yes, sir.
So actually, we have different, different answers there.
Yes, sir. And every year we can expect one question with respect to article. This year also Article 335 related questions it has appeared. And in our current affairs already we had discussed in detail by Mr. Ganesh sir. I'm sure definitely the students of KingMakers IAS Academy they would have answered for this question. And again another question with respect to president election. Then flag code of India, really very simple question but a very interesting question. Unexpected area where you can easily score. And Constitution Day again. Another day related questions it has come.
Yes.
And normally this kind of questions we can expect only in TNPSC.
Yes, yes.
But
Not only in
yes,
natural values,
yes,
right.
few questions, maybe 3-4 questions which are very simple. But other than that, the questions are somewhat little deep, and you should have a very thorough knowledge, and you should have a regular reading habit of some major newspaper.
Yes.
Then only I think you
Yes,
can
sir.
solve it.
Like many of our candidates have said actually.
Yes,
they don't
sir.
have so much of scope for elimination here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is a unique portion of it actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, the science and technology questions like with respect to hydrofluorocarbons, carbon fibers, accelerometer, and biofilters, and the objects in space and descriptions, and Olbachia method, carbon capture, aerial metagenomics, and microsatellite DNA.
Yes.
Science and
Anyone who is interested in clearing the prelims examination or even mains examination, they need to know about all these things. Actually, I would say most of the questions actually from science and technology, they are from basic areas.
Yes, sir. Don't you think that humanity background students they might have felt a little difficult in this
Naturally,
area?
naturally, but one has to know about it actually.
Yes,
They are
sir.
going for a examination like UPSC,
Yes, sir.
prelims and mains.
Yes, sir.
They need to know about it. Otherwise, actually, I tell you, known areas, known questions. mostly.
But there are chances that if they would have tried more number of questions in this particular area, there are chances that they will lose their
Yes, yes, yes.
marks.
Naturally. This
Yes.
is not one area where actually they can take chances.
Yes,
They
yes.
cannot take chances.
They
Yes.
cannot take a chances.
Yes.
Yeah. And with respect to world geography, there were many questions.
Many
with respect
questions,
to
many
This
questions.
is tree and India-China comparison with respect to
Excellent
agriculture.
question. Indian agriculture, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Agriculture and about
Agriculture.
irrigation,
Yes,
and about
sir.
Indian agriculture, about
Productivity,
productivity.
yes, sir.
Oh, it's really very good question.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
good
sir.
question.
And one another question with respect to marshland
Yeah.
and cobalt in which country?
And one information today about marshland unity, we actually we expect a lot of questions. Sadupinala Congress,
Yes, sir.
in
Yes, sir.
Tamil,
Yes,
actually.
sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
we expect a lot of questions on that. because
Yes,
marshland
sir.
questions.
And the Congo Basin is a part of which country?
Ah,
So that was a very interesting question.
correct.
And Earth atmosphere and infrared
Infrared
rays
rays,
related
infrared rays
questions.
actually, yes.
Yes, sir. The soil and tropical rainforest.
Rainforest.
That was related to
Yeah,
geography.
tropical rainforest is a very important question.
Yes, sir.
It's very good.
And this question maybe they would have felt very little easier. Temperature contrast between
Contrast.
continents and the oceans. Because anyone who is studying world geography, definitely they would have answered really well.
Yes.
And the P waves and the S
It's more
waves.
basically about actually extreme weather and normal weather.
Yes,
The question
yes.
is more about actually
Yes, sir.
the temperature contrast. It's more about actually the difference between extreme weather, the prevalence of extreme weather and
Yes, sir.
normal weather.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So actually, in general, actually the senior students, those who have already given multiple attempts in the UPSC civil service examinations, they said that the paper was little difficult.
as usual, because UPSC civil examination, nobody can say that it is very easiest paper, but they said that it is little difficult. But the students, those who are appearing first time, they said that the paper was very difficult. So this is the opinion normally every year we used to get from the any beginner. But it is a doable job, and definitely with a sincere preparation, with a 1 year dedicated hard work, I'm sure definitely you could have really reached the target of that expected cutoff of almost around 85 to 90. So almost it is going to be even this year it is going to be the same like last year. I don't think so that it is going to be little increased. So because almost it is going to be the same, and even sometimes even it may be little reduced, because this time more number of questions from assertion reasoning, and there is no chance for elimination, because most of the candidates they used to clear the UPSC prelims examination by using this technique actually.
Yes.
But here there are very less chances. Even I would say that very remote chances for that kind of questions.
Yes.
So that is another thing which has to be noted here.
Naturally.
Yes, sir. So
And there is one particular area I wanted to mention actually.
Yes, sir.
And, see, the KingMakers IAS academic candidates actually they have got a very clear advantage here, because there are 3 major areas. One is current affairs, second is economics, and third is actually environment and other things
Politics.
actually politics. And these are 3 areas where actually KingMakers Academy is doing very well always. So you have got many questions from your strength, areas of strength actually, strong areas. Actually, so you should be very happy about it, and our candidates should be very happy about it. Right?
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
தமிழ்ல சொல்லல என்னன்னா KingMakers IAS academy பொறுத்தவரையில இந்த கரண்ட் அஃபேர்ஸ் ஆகட்டும், எக்கனாமிக்ஸ் ஆகட்டும், கான்ஸ்டியூஷன் ஆகட்டும், ஜியோகிராஃபி, என்வரன்மெண்ட், இதெல்லாம் வந்து நம்மளுடைய ஸ்ட்ராங் ஏரியா ஆக்சுவலாக. ஆமாம், நம்மளுடைய ஸ்ட்ரென்த் ஆக்சுவலாக. அதில் இருந்தால் நிறைய கொஸ்டின் ஐ திங்க் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 60 to 70% have come from that.
Yes, yes,
So I
yes,
think
sir.
I had covered.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sir. Students, those who have written the prelims examination, please don't wait for the results. And today there will be so many answer keys which will be published by various institutes. Please don't go through all those things. Wait for a few days, and till you get your results, don't see any key. That's the thing which we want to tell you. You start your preparation for your mains examinations, and KingMakers IAS Academy is going to conduct the free mains test series with the help of the experts like so many senior bureaucrats and so many retired UPSC chairman and some of the members. They are also going to contribute for the success of yours. So please do come and join in the KingMakers IAS Academy mains test series, which is going to be conducted at free of cost. So please do join, and wish you all the best. Hope to see you as a student of KingMakers IAS Academy in the mains test series very soon, and as an achiever in 2023 prelims and mains and personality test. So when we are going to celebrate 2024 success meet after the results are going to be announced, we hope to see many achievers from the state of Tamil Nadu as well as from the whole India. So wish you all the best, friends, and hope to see you as an achiever. I hope this video would have been little useful for you, and please share to your friends. And coming Wednesday we are going to have a detailed discussion with the answer key and everything. Already we have uploaded in our website. Please do watch. Wish you all the best.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good example, right?